Welcome to the My Opinion Podcast, a show that focuses on leadership, life, and love to empower women around the world to be the best versions of themselves. The My Opinion Podcast is a weekly show with Maya's Motivation Monday, focusing on leadership topics for women, and special edition episodes that feature guest interviews and current events. Now, all in her opinion, here is your host, Maya Roffler.
Hi guys, welcome back to Motivation Monday, or as I should probably say, Maya's Motivation Monday. I still gotta give a huge shout out to Nicole with that amazing intro. Although I feel like my outro was way better last week, I'm still getting the hang of mixing everything myself. So thank you guys who have been listening for the past, it's now the 4th season, but I'm doing everything on my own. So thank you for bearing with me through all of that. Well, happy 420. It will be at 420 when you guys are listening to this on Monday. It's 420 on 420. I guess it, like, this is like the year where everything falls on like the best days and we have to be quarantined. But I hope you guys are still enjoying in whatever you partake or do, as I should say. But this is going to be episode 16 of our relaunch of season 4. For those of you who continue to listen to My Opinion, and we are talking about leadership, life, and love, in my opinion. But we're talking about leadership characteristics and qualities. One of the leadership characteristics that I think is so important, we've talked about honesty, we've talked about honesty and transparency together, we've talked about communication, we've talked about empathy last week. We had some special edition episodes in between while we're dealing with COVID-19. Again, I hope you guys are staying safe and sane. That is my quote, my saying. If you guys tune in on my Instagram lives that I do at 8 p.m. Eastern every Sunday, I hope you guys do and throw me some questions. You guys have come up with some really good ones. And yes, they can be personal. You guys have thrown me some personal ones. It's been super fun. Keep it up, guys. It's super fun. And it's on my personal page, it's not on the podcast page, so it's at Maya Roffler, but keep it coming, 8 p.m. Eastern. But today, on episode 16 already, crazy, we are going to talk about innovation and being an innovative leader. And what does that mean, and why is that my next characteristic or quality that I'm talking about as a leader? Well, I think it's super important in general, but it falls perfectly in line with what we're going through right now, because I think we're really confused about what an innovative leader is. I think we believe that an innovative leader is someone that has to have the actual creation or original idea or the actual product created, or I'm like physically holding my hands out right now, because that's not really what makes an innovative leader. An innovative leader sees the big idea, sees the big future, can actually run with the idea. Sometimes the biggest, greatest leaders can pick out someone who has created this amazing idea, plucks them out of a crowd, and takes that and runs with it. And if you're a great leader, you give them the credit, of course, but you take that and you just run with it. But an innovative leader has big ideas. And not to say that an invention or a creation isn't a big or a great idea, but you see the bigger picture. I would beg to differ on the fact that you had the 50,000 foot view, like we say that a lot in sales. You have the really, really, really high level view, like the highest point that you could possibly have, even higher than that. You see the future. You're catapulting further than anybody else could about that product, service, whatever it is, and you're in the future. You see the vision even before the creator. That is an innovative leader, in my opinion. And you motivate the people around you. So the people that are either creating that particular product or service or are following that person or whatever it is, even if it's you, which happens, you are motivating them. And you motivate the people around you to turn these ideas into reality. So sometimes a really innovative leader comes around and finds it's like Shark Tank, I like to say. They will see an idea and they motivate them to turn it into reality. Sometimes they've already turned it into reality, but they will take it to another level. So if you think about it like that, then it will turn a light bulb off in you. And that comparison works for a lot of people, or a lot of people that have reported to me. They're like, oh, I get it. That's an innovative leader, because they are able to take it to the next level. It may have not been their invention or their idea, but they're able to take it to the next level because they understand what it takes to take that creation and brand it and take it to other. They're innovative. That's the definition of that. It means that you have the ability to influence others to create these new ideas, better ideas that will change not just your company. Not just your company. We hope that it will actually just change the world. We hope that it will actually change the world. That is truly an innovative leader. So here are some things to think about with innovation and innovation as an innovative leader. So we as leaders, hopefully innovative leaders, I hope you're an innovative leader. If you're not, here's how you can become more of an innovative leader. We want to encourage and motivate our teams to think differently and outside of the box. I think as leaders, we like to assume, and you know what assume means, that we always are trying to get our teams to think outside of the box and think creatively and blah, blah, blah. And that's not always true. Innovative leaders truly do encourage that type of thinking. And one single phrase that I absolutely detest, I'm disgusted by, and it turns me off in so many ways, is when I hear from anybody on any team, I don't care where they are in the team, in the hierarchy, it doesn't matter, is when they say, well, this is how we've always done it. Yuck. Yuck. I have literally seen this painted on walls. I think you guys have probably seen this too, like images and like phrases. Well, this is how we've always done it. It is my least favorite phrase in the working world. Yuck. It leaves zero freaking room for innovation. Yuck. No. It leaves no room for bigger, better, and new ideas. New ideas are great, but if they aren't better ideas, it doesn't matter. A new idea is just a new idea. It needs to be a better idea, so it pushes your company forward. But saying that this is how we've always done it, that is the antichrist, as you could say, of innovation. So if you want to be, if you want to propel yourself forward as an innovative leader, eliminate any thinking like that. This is how we've always done it. I don't care. I don't care how we've always done it. How can we do it better? How can we move this forward in a different way? How can we do it better? And that creates a new way of doing things, and a better way of doing things, and a bigger way of doing things. The other thing, the next thing, you know I love my steps, here we go again. It just naturally happens. Everyone is different and brings something different to the table on your team. You hired your team for a reason, or you hired your leaders. I don't know where your hierarchy is on your team, but you hired them for a reason because you trusted them to hire the right people. So you're an innovative leader. Or you're going to become one after listening to this. Or hopefully you're building the tools to become one. And I think we all are innovative leaders, not to get too derailed, but I think we actually are all innovative leaders, and we're all inspired by innovative leaders. I think sometimes we get too caught up in the phrase that I just said, this is how we've always done it, let's do it, until we get shaken up by something like what's going on right now, like a COVID-19 situation where we have to innovate, we have to do something different. But everyone is different. Everyone on our team brings something different to the table. And if you are a CEO, or if you are a director, or if you are a VP, or if you have a lot of people underneath you, or if you're someone who has 2 people underneath you, I don't really care. Everybody that you have brings something different to the table. And again, if you can't touch everybody that is underneath you, you have to entrust the people that are reporting to you, which we've talked about and is another podcast and another podcast and another podcast to talk about, and we'll continue to talk about these things. But you have to trust that those people will bring to them, and you've hired the right leadership, that they're innovative enough that their team will speak to them about what they can bring to the table and what their team believes are new ideas, but not just new. What's bigger, but what is better? What is better for your company, for your product or solution, whatever it is that you're selling or giving to your client, or whatever it is that you do, you have to entrust that, and you have to listen to that. And also knowing that, like, appreciating every single input and listening to, especially at a time like this, it's so important. An innovative leader really encourages this. It doesn't just encourage this, they ask for this. They want this. Because we know as innovative leaders, at least I always did, I'm not the smartest person in the room. I sure as hell know I'm not the smartest person in the room. I also know that I'm not the most innovative person in the room. An innovative leader does not mean that I'm going to be an inventor. It doesn't mean that I'm freaking Albert Einstein. It does not mean that I am going to invent anything. It doesn't mean that, I don't know why I have Mark Zuckerberg on the brain today, but I do. It doesn't mean that I'm going to invent Facebook. And to be quite frankly honest, I don't know that he's an innovative leader. I don't think he is. I think he has a team of innovative leaders behind him because of what he created. So what he created demands innovative leadership, because he has created something. I mean, Facebook was a complete revolution. I remember when it came out, we were able to connect with people. For me, I had just left high school, and I was just leaving my freshman year of college when Facebook came out. And Mark had created this platform where we could all reconnect. You had to be in college. It was a little bit more elite at the time. You had to be in college. You had to be whatever. You can take it for what it is. You had to have a college email address. But he was innovative as a creator. But the reason Mark truly propelled forward is because he had people behind him as leaders that were innovative to propel him forward. And he never would have got there without that. And that's what a lot of us don't see. But people who are true leaders do see that. And I feel very passionately about that. So trust the people that you hire. You hire them for a reason. Everyone is different and they bring different things to the table. And that's what will make your brand innovative. And what is innovation? Difference. Bigger, new, but it's better. It makes your brand better. Innovative leaders are always looking to improve. They're looking to make things better. So that's why that phrase has always scared me. This is how we've always done things. Oh, I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to a lot of things. Food-wise, and also, pollution-wise and things like that. And also, just spraying and, I think we all have a lot of allergies. But in the corporate world and in the world of business, I'm allergic to a lot of phrases too. And I am allergic to phrases like, this is how we've always done this, and no, I want to hear every idea, good, bad, stupid, whatever you think it is, because there is some brilliance behind it. And that's an innovative leader. They want to hear every idea. There's nothing stupid behind an idea. There's something behind it. You can extract something behind the idea. And innovative leaders are always looking to improve everything, every aspect of the business, whether it's theirs or a business that they're leading, for a creator, for an inventor, for someone. I don't know why I'm stuck on Mark, but I am, Zuckerberg. But it's not just to do things in new ways or to get new ideas, but to make things better or to make them more efficient. Like, I mean, we're always talking about COVID-19. It's like literally what we're consumed with every single day. It is our reality right now. It truly is. And I feel like that's what a lot of leaders are focused on. So think about that. How can you improve your company every single day? With that in mind, I think that's kind of tough. But I think it's also kind of the next topic and the final topic. How can you be an innovator and think beyond COVID-19? You want to have it in mind. You want to bring your team through this, be the innovator, and how can you pull your team beyond this, take all of their ideas, all of their concepts, take it all in, because there's no such thing as a bad idea. There really, truly isn't, because even through a bad idea, when you're brainstorming, having those brainstorming sessions as a team, and thinking it all through, something comes out of that. It really, truly does. New ideas, bigger, better, that's the most important, is that you come up with something better. So as a leader, we're in the heart of it right now. Michael Scott reference. We're in the heart of it. Things are tough with COVID-19. We're thinking of new ways to do things. We're being innovative. How do we survive as a business? And you are doing a disservice to yourself as a leader if you're not listening to your team. If you're not listening to how they would survive. And at the end of the day, it might be your business or you're reporting to someone else, but if you're not filtering those ideas up, you're doing a disservice. What is the worst thing that can happen? You're told no? No never hurt anybody. What is the best thing that happens? That idea is embraced. What happens with everything in between? Little extractions from those ideas happen. That's amazing. That's how not only bigger ideas happen, new ideas happen, different ideas happen, but most importantly, better ideas happen. So if we don't share and we push our team down and we don't push those ideas up, our team is never heard. And that's really important. So the last step of this is, how do we move to the future as innovative leaders? Well, we start those conversations now in the same way. We encourage them to think to the future. How can we be innovative and think about the future? Because I'll tell you right now, you have creators on your team. You have people on your team that will think about things that you will never think about. You have people on your team that will think about solutions to problems that we might not even know we have right now. There are probably people on your team right now that have thought about, probably not COVID-19, maybe some people that thought about a pandemic type situation, depending on what type of team you're leading. I know the types of teams that I've led, we're not thinking about a pandemic typically, I don't think, but I could be gravely wrong. But I have led some very, very intelligent teams that have thought about some things that could happen that were very traumatizing, and they would come to me and be like, what if this would happen? What if that would? And I just never thought about it. And I would have to be forward thinking, and I would have to think about those things. And it was so eye-opening. And I never shut them down for thinking like that. And this pandemic and going through COVID-19, and now thinking about being an innovative leader, and now thinking about shifting, me coming from the event space and me coming from retail and all these backgrounds that I have and kind of where I come from as a leader, I now realize that every single experience and every single piece of information that I get from these individuals is just invaluable. It's mostly women that I led in the recent years, but I had a lot of men in my early years, so it's kind of a different dynamic through the years. But I reflect on all of it and I just go, oh my God, I was just given such a wealth of knowledge. And the people that work for you work alongside you, and the people that you hire to work with you, alongside you, for you, they give you so much. And if you want to be an innovative leader, you listen. It goes back to communication. You listen way more than you speak. Obviously, that is not applicable to the group calls that you have to have every week, but you listen a whole lot more. That's when the innovation happens. And that's what prepares you for moments like this when we're going through COVID-19, because these individuals that are on your team have amazing ideas. And when you listen, you understand the future. I have learned more from the people that report to me, the people that I have led, the people that I've mentored, than I will ever learn from anybody else. Even though I also know that I've had some incredible mentors, but my greatest learning experiences have been from teaching and mentoring, and I just want to thank all of you guys. But I think if you guys want to lead with innovation and you truly want to be an innovative leader, you're looking for not just what is just the biggest or the shiniest or the newest idea out there. No, you're looking for true innovation, but what's going to make things better for your customer, consumer, whether you're B2B, B2C. What is that? That idea already exists within your team. So trust your team. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the My Opinion Podcast. You can catch up on past episodes on the My Opinion Podcast website at www.myopinionpodcast.com, as well as read the My Opinion blog and contact Maya directly with your questions. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at My Opinion Podcast and Maya Roffler. We'll see you back here next week.